What's up, everyone? It's Shaletta. I'm here getting a phone for one of my newly minted teenagers with Xfinity Mobile. They've got great options, affordable plans, and solid coverage that works for our whole family. With Xfinity Mobile, my daughter can stay connected with me wherever she goes. And did you know when you sign up, you can get an extra phone line free for a full year? Switch to Xfinity Mobile today for more savings, more smiles, and more ways to stay connected.
You want a healthier lifestyle, but how do you get started? Then stick with it by listening to the Fitness Revolution podcast with Shay Sandifer, of course. Your journey to greater well-being starts now.
Well, hello, everyone. How are you doing? It's Coach Shay with Fitness Revolution. So excited. It's the holidays. We're in full swing. And there's been some great things that have been happening with organizations I'm involved with. As you've probably been watching, I've been interviewing some great pillars in the community that have been really helping women entrepreneurs elevate to the next level. And so as we're talking about fitness we always just think of physical fitness, but I'm always thinking of mental and spiritually and equity. And so today I have a special guest on. She's amazing. I've been watching her from afar, but also up close. We're on a board today for Women Venture, and she just won an amazing award. She is the CEO and co-founder of Moltron Builders Inc. And she also is the 2024 Achieve Award winner, taking home Disruptor of the Year award. Welcome, Babette Buckner.
Thank you for having me today.
Yes. I love a disruptor. I think we should always be shaking things up in the world, for sure. How do you feel to win that? I think it's an amazing award and an amazing way to be recognized for the wonderful work you're doing in the community.
I think it's timely, and I really appreciate receiving the award. As you said, I believe that paradigms need to shift and change. So I was born a disruptor. I believe. I'm the daughter of an immigrant, Jamaican, and my mother's Black American. And so when I think about that, I think about who we are and some of even my foundation and my history. Yes, I'm a disruptor.
Yes. That's you. I love that. I love that for you. So let's go back a little bit, right? So people understand the work you're doing in a world that you definitely disrupted in, right? So you're in construction, right? So tell us a little about your business.
So we're a commercial construction company, and we are signatories to the carpenters and the laborers unions. Our business model is very inclusive and diverse. Oftentimes I shouldn't say people, but oftentimes construction companies as well as subcontractors are required hire what they call workforce or maintain workforce goals, which include minorities and women. And one of the things I'm proud about and intentional about is having a diverse workforce. I like to say we don't have to try and create that because we are part of the community. And so our workforce already reflects the community that we serve at large.
Love that. So what made you get started in this, right? It's especially because you've been in the business how long?
1996 to be exact.
Wait, what year?
Like 1996.
1990s. I just said 18. I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
No.
Okay, so almost 30 years you've been in this. So back then, you're starting construction. There was not a lot of women unless they were like the receptionist, right, of a construction company. What made you go into this field?
A necessity is the mother of invention. So I married a man that was a vested union member, actually. At that time, I worked for Target Corporation in their corporate, in the corporate headquarters. And after the birth of our son and coming back from maternity leave, he asked me to work with him full time in his construction company. And that started my career in construction.
And here you are almost 30 years later. Mm-hmm. What do you think has been, as you disrupted that world and your own world, right? Like what you stepped into, what do you think has been the biggest challenge?
You know, a lot of people ask me what it's like to be a woman in a male dominated industry. And I have to say the biggest challenge was working with my husband, who is a male. So I learned firsthand what some of the mental blocks were and are, what some of the perceptions are about women being in a supportive role. And I learned just working with him, and I say this with honesty, working with him, I had to confront head on the perceptions that men have about women in this industry. And so today, it's not an issue for me because I worked through a lot of those in my marriage, working with a man who was in construction. And so a lot of the disruption that I bring to this industry um, kind of has been a natural transformation in me, learning to have a voice
Right.
and be included in the conversations, because initially I wasn't. And honestly, wasn't asking to be heard.
Right.
But that all changed.
Yes. And you kept disrupting. I love
Yes.
that. I love that. So you guys start this company. It's grown now, right? It's tremendously, right? Even since I met you years ago, I can tell how much it's grown. What do you think has been that shift in business that was just like, because you became like in the forefront, right? You became the face of your business. What do you think that shift was?
You know what's funny? The shift was me becoming the owner, and I'll tell you why. Moltron Builders is the second iteration of Moltron.
Okay.
Moltron Enterprises was owned by my husband, and I was, again, in a supportive role. So all the decisions he made, just the direction of the company was all guided by him. My husband is a visionary and a dreamer. He is not a detailed person. So the second, I want to say, explosion or growth for Moltron came about because I put measures in place. I have strategy. I'm more strategic. And frankly, I learned how to be an entrepreneur from him. Like, and when I say that, I mean, I learned the fearlessness of being an entrepreneur. I had the operations background because I have a degree in economics. And so I understood how business operates, working in corporate America with Target. A foundation was laid for that. But the vision he had, and I don't know how to say it, but to say it, dreamers are great dreamers, but they don't necessarily know how to make their dreams come true. And so being married to him has given me a bit of that dream ability. And I've married that with the structure that I bring. And that's what led to the boom and has led to our growth.
I love that. I love
sustainable growth.
Sustainable growth, right? Because that's huge. And I'm talking about that, right? Because I know our podcast is called Fitness Revolution, but I always say the fitness part is your overall fitness in your life, right? Like, what does that look like? Are things equitable? Are they sustainable? Are they affordable? How do you apply that to your business, whether you are an employee or you're an entrepreneur? And then as a woman, right, we need to have balance. We need to make sure we have that fitness, wellness, and nutrition. So if anyone doesn't know, Babette's got a slamming body, right? She's in amazing shape, Tell us, what is it? What do you do to keep in shape?
I think, again, I'm really good at understanding structures. Yeah. And so our bodies are a structure. And so, and like I said, I'm good at the detail. And so what I learned for myself, there are a couple different things, but you can take the same principles and apply them to business as well.
Love that.
And so for me, I did my research and found out like my body type. And so I'm a B positive. My blood type is B positive. I need meat. So I'm not going to do well going on some type of vegetarian diet.
Right.
I'm just not going to. And because of that, and I'm not recommending this for anyone, but because of that, I started researching like not the keto diets, different diets, which I don't do keto diet anymore. But I did that for a while and my body responded well to that. And so during that period of time, I want to say I weaned myself off of sugars. And so my body doesn't crave sugars. But I can eat bread, I can eat whatever, and I do eat candy or whatever I want to eat, but I just don't have that, my body doesn't have that
Right.
craving. And so I don't want to say I don't retain, because I can bulk up. I'm sure I can bulk up too, but I'm just, my body's used to eating a certain way. I introduced another component, which is called, it just dropped out of my mind, but it's called fasting, intermittent fasting.
Oh yeah, I do
And
that.
so, yeah, and so now I don't even really have to diet anymore, because now I do the
That
intermittent
intermittent fasting is I mean, like today I went to a HIIT class, right? It was great. And then I didn't eat anything till noon. And then I have a protein shake, and then I just ate some chicken and vegetables, and then I'll eat all the way up to like about 7, and it works.
It does.
For me, it takes out that inflammation, right? Like that's the biggest thing. And you're literally, if you're drinking your water, which everyone knows, I always have my water, you're gonna be okay. You're really, and you balance it out with the fitness. And I love that you say that, because the nutrition is huge, right? That's a good 90% of it. And then let's go into like your wellness. What do you do for your mental, spiritually, emotionally? What do you do for that?
So for wellness, one of the things that I've been doing, especially now, is, it's funny, but hiring people, because
Yes.
even though I can like meditate or center myself and focus myself, if you're overworked, I tend to feel scrambled.
Right.
Although I'm really good at focusing, but I just don't like, I haven't liked like not knowing. Okay, so this is one of my weaknesses. I have the desire to know what comes next. So one of the things I have learned, and it helps me to not have stress and be zen, is like do everything I know to do in the moment. And then if there's something left over to do, I'll get to that the next day. And so I prioritize definitely with things that have to be done. But if I have a list, and it goes into the next day, I'm all right with that. There was a time I wasn't like that,
Right.
but I am now. And so knowing that I am doing everything I know to do in the moment has been kind of like a guiding light for me. And I get months or years down the trail, and it all worked out. So I just are not to stress over what I have no control over.
And I love that. I think as women, as Black women, right, we carry so much on our shoulders, and especially for the industry you're in, and as you are continuously disrupting, the status quo. I think that's great that you're bringing in that balance, and that's why I said it's so important for us, right? We don't talk about our health enough, and when we do, it's kind of too late, or we're trying to work backwards. And you're always moving forward and not looking back, but like, how can I better myself so that my business also reflects that? And it really says a lot too, right? That balance from personal to business, and understanding that. And you looks like you got that figured out, right? A little bit.
And I'm doing it. I'll share this quickly too. So I think it's called menopausal. I don't know if I'm postmenopausal.
Oh,
but that was
perimenopausal. Yeah.
No, I'm beyond peri.
Okay, so you're
I am beyond the period. And I can tell you that was a little bit of a challenge for me, because I don't think we talk enough either about what happens to women as we go through these different stages. And so that was something I did do research on, and I tried to manage myself. And so I'm saying this for a reason. There really is a hormonal balance that is hard to balance.
Right. Absolutely.
Individually.
Yes.
And so I did go and seek out a doctor, a female doctor who specializes in menopause. And
I love
so I got that in check. And so I'll just share this little tidbit. So before that, I saw my weight kind of going up a little bit. And it's like, oh. And so I went and I'm on what's called HRT, hormonal replacement therapy.
Yes.
And it's like I went right back. So that's another thing. It's like my hormones are balanced.
Yes.
So that's another thing that
I was at the doctor for that today.
Yeah. Yeah. So see?
Well, yeah, I'm headed that way, but I totally understand that, because when you're trying to balance business and then you got all this internal stuff that you've never experienced, and I really don't think anyone can prepare you because it's your body, right? Everyone's different. So you're waking up with those sweats and you're like, am I stressed about work or is this menopause? And it's kind of a combination of both, right? So how do we balance that out? And like I said, you're doing it. You've got the fitness, the wellness, the nutrition. So tell us what's on the horizon for 2025 for Moltron Construction.
So 2025 is scaling and just doing a lot more business. So we are literally putting people in place right now to run our businesses. We formed another business this year that just...
So how many do you have?
I have 2 active businesses and a third that I had to let go to focus on Moltron Builders. I'm WOSB certified with the federal government. And so with that type of certification, only one company can be certified WOSB.
Makes sense.
And so, so this company is, and then we formed another company that is a joint venture that has the certification of WOSB because I'm the majority owner. Okay. So that's a really exciting thing that's going to just bring in a wave of work and opportunity that we're putting in people in place now to manage.
I love that.
That is the big thing
That's the big
for
thing.
The future. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about having more opportunity to be in leadership roles and be on more boards and help provide more, I want to say, inspiration and direction for women who do want to be in their own companies and men as well, and just helping people understand that I do believe knowledge is power.
Yes.
And balance is important.
Okay. I love that. I love that. What would you say to the young woman that's looking to get into an industry, that's looking to disrupt, looking to make her mark, and take it to the next level, but is nervous or scared, whether they're young, whether they're 40 and they're starting a new career?
Well, again, I would just give them the guiding light that I have, and it's like, do everything you know to do in the moment. And so prepare yourself, center yourself. Another thing that I think I would have told, like I tell my younger self right now, definitely everything's going to be all right, but I would have focused on understanding what drives me, and also use your voice. And when I say that, I don't mean screaming, and I don't mean our literal voice.
No, I know.
Like, speak from your heart, speak from yourself. Don't be afraid. Don't feel like you don't know enough. Don't believe you don't know enough. Bring your full voice. And the other thing I would say is don't believe in any hierarchies. And when I say that, programs that tell you men are above you. Oh. They're not. And I'm not hating on men. I am not hating. I love men.
We're not hating on men.
No.
We just want a seat at the table so that, and I know they say go create your own table, but sometimes you should just be able to sit at a table too, right?
That's what I'm saying.
You should always have to create a brand new table every time.
I'm not
the same ideas.
Right. I'm not creating the kiddie table or the women table.
Right.
No, I'm at the table.
We're at the table.
I agree.
I love that for you. I love that. Well, I admire you. I love the work you're doing. Keep going, keep disturbing people, right? Ruffle their feathers. Yeah.
Same here. I see you too.
Oh,
You're doing wonderful things.
I appreciate that. And you've got some great big things coming up. 2025, I've put it that it's going to be a big year for women entrepreneurs. We've been laying the way and paving the way, of what we need to do. And it's been rising and rising and rising. And right before you know that next level, it gets a little hard, gets a little stressed. Fourth quarter is a little stressful this year, but I know you are going to open new doors for yourself and others. And that's what we're supposed to do, right? So that when we move on, someone else has it a little easier, just a little easier. Mm-hmm.
And one other thing I'm going to say, and I heard this and I agree with it 100%. It didn't matter. It really didn't matter. I know it does to a lot of people, but I just want to say it didn't matter who won the election. And going forward, whoever gets in power, position yourself to pivot and take advantage of what's coming.
Pivot. And I think that's what scares people, don't you? And that's why you're a disruptor, because you're not scared to pivot. That's really what it is. Change is okay. It may not be the change we thought. It may not be the way we perceived or what we thought was going to be, but we're going to be okay. It's just we got to pivot and be ready for the next level.
Exactly.
That's it. Well, congratulations, Disruptor of the Year for NABO. If you guys don't know what NABO is, it's National Association for Women Business Owners, and she won for Disruptor of the Year for our Hall of Fame Achieve Awards this year for 2024. We're so pleased that you were able to do that and be a part of that great year. That was a great lineup this year, but we're also excited to see what is on the horizon for you and to watch your journey, and you just keep disrupting. Well, good. Thank you so much. That's Babette Buckner. And as always, inhale the positive, exhale the negative. This is Coach Shay with Fitness Revolution. See you soon.
Check back next week for more on living your healthier lifestyle and share previous episodes of Shay's podcast with your friends. Log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.